Hello and welcome back to Goswick Lane. We are doing a family episode talking about our family unit and budgeting today. What is most couples fights about?
You know, we're right in my wheelhouse. This is what I
What couples
daily.
fight about?
No, well, I could probably help you with that too.
Yeah.
And we're just being fully transparent and vulnerable here.
I'm trying to think, what was your last fight about? You don't have to go into details.
No.
In generality.
I wish
A
you'd
good
have told
one.
me that you were going to ask me that ahead of time. I could have thought about it for sure. I can tell you this. Most of the time when we have an argument, it is always because of some unfulfilled expectation that we didn't communicate properly to begin with.
That's good. I actually just thought of one with Courtney and I, and it is so silly. We are working on a rehab of a property. Brandon and I own this property, or our families own this property together. It's going to be an Airbnb. My wife, Courtney, you've probably seen her on a few of the episodes, podcasts, or something on here on Goswick Lane. She does all the design.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank the Lord, because I don't get it. I'm starting to learn from her, and I'm starting to pick it up. But she's fantastic. She does an awesome job with the design, to picking out the floor, picking out the tile, the colors of the outside of the house, inside of the house, how they all mold together, the furniture that goes in there, all of it.
She sees the whole puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't even see the pieces of the puzzle until after the fact. You're
Yeah.
starting to, because you see it every day
Right,
with
yeah.
her.
We have this property that's probably, close to 100 years old that we're remodeling, and it's just going to be this eclectic mix of just everything awesome.
What property are we talking about?
Methvin.
Okay.
Yeah. And so on the inside, the upstairs, we've taken these 100-year-old doors. They're called,
I've
century
seen them.
doors.
They look beautiful.
So we had our guys sand them down, and we painted each door different color. There's like 5 bedrooms upstairs. Each door is a different color, and then in each room is an accent wall that has that color. So if you're staying there, you can say, I'm staying in the yellow room, or I'm staying in the red room, or blue room, or whatever. And so I got a wild hair and was thinking about the exterior doors. I think, well, this would be cool to do kind of the same thing on the exterior.
I got to stop you. When Shane says I got a wild hair, I don't even know about this disagreement.
Yeah,
I can already
you
see
hadn't
it
heard about
coming, because Courtney has a great ability to discern. And so go ahead. I won't interrupt your story.
Yeah, so I get this wild hair, and Courtney had picked out the front door, and there's actually 4 exterior doors to this place. There's the front door, there's the kitchen back door, there's the master bedroom back door, and there's the upstairs back door that leads out a staircase. You guys are going to want to book this. We don't have it on Airbnb yet, but it's going to be awesome. So all the doors are taken care of. Front door had already been purchased. The kitchen door, the framing of it, for whatever reason, when they built this house, is not a standard door. It's not your standard door. Is like 36 inches by 8 for exterior, 32 by 8 feet, something like, I can't remember.
And most people are like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. So I found a door. We've had 10 doors in our shop here.
Okay.
Our shop's right on the back side. We've had 10 doors here from another property that we bought,
Okay.
that we pulled off doors. And I tell my contractor, we'll put this thing in. And he said, is Courtney going to like that? And I'm
He's
like,
smart.
for sure, man. She's going to love that. We'll just paint it up.
He asked the wrong question.
We'll paint it white or black, and she'll love it.
He asked the wrong question.
Yeah. He said, okay, you sure? Boss is going to like it. I said, yeah, man, I got this. I said, if she doesn't, I'll handle it. Come to find out, I'm showing Courtney the property. We're about 75% done with it, and we get around and we go around the back. She said, what is that door? We had about a 2-week tiff over a door, and it came down to, we kept the door, and I'll say that. We kept the door, but only due to budget constraints. When the property is cash flowing and we're making some money, there will be a different
It's
door
at
on
the
there.
top of the priority
That's
change
it.
out list.
That's it. And there's always that list on these properties. So we went from budgeting to a long story about an argument based on unrealistic, or what did you
it's
say,
perfect.
expectations?
Unmet or unfulfilled or uncommunicated.
Most of the time for
expectations.
me, it's uncommunicated.
Same here.
That's where I mess up.
100%. Well, if you really think about, I want you to detach from anything other than what money physically is. It's just a piece of paper or a cryptocurrency or whatever your exchange of money is. It has no human feeling. It's just what feeling we give to it. So the reason that communication,
Boy, and we give it a lot of feeling, don't we?
I see it every day with clients we work around.
It is
around the
money
US.
is emotional,
It's
super emotional for most
It's a
people.
security. It's a peace of mind.
Yeah.
It's a control, confirmation of who I am. All these emotions.
All right, so forget how you budget in your family. Let's talk about how you feel about money. We're not even going to say family. I want to say the leaders of the unit are mom and dad. Let's talk about how you feel about money and communicating that with your spouse.
I'm reading a book right now called The Richest Man Who Ever Lived. It's about Solomon, the book of Proverbs. Highly recommend. whether you're a on fire Christ follower or you know nothing about who Jesus is and you may want to or don't and you want to be good about money, read Proverbs. Typically speaking, the better relationship that we have with the inanimate object of money, the better relationship we have with our spouse. And if you're communicating as a husband and wife what those roles are you're going to give to money and what it's going to do for your priorities, budget is less relevant and priorities become more clear. But if I don't communicate that with Leah and we're short $500 and I haven't had that open conversation about our priorities and if she agrees and I agree, now I am not communicating an expectation that we should spend no more money, and that's unbeknownst to her.
She doesn't know. She goes out and spends $500 on something else. You get frustrated and mad because you needed that. Y'all needed that $500, but she didn't know.
On our previous episode, we discussed priorities. Leah will tell you that the B word is just as good as a cuss word in our house because we were Dave Ramsey hardcore for so long, and the B word, the T word, the budget word was a word we used often.
Son of a budget.
Yep, it's pretty close. So here's what I would say that I've learned, and I wish you were experiencing a moment of clarity live. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is
All
good.
right.
This is
All
good.
right.
Brandon's brain finally started working.
42 years later. And Shay's going to tell everybody that it was because of him.
I'll take the credit.
When you sit down with your spouse, what I'd suggest starting with is what are our priorities? Obviously, we have to pay the bills. So are those bills in line with our priorities? Maybe they're not.
We're creating a budget based on
The
priority.
things that matter to you the most. You want to travel, then you build your budget around traveling. If you want to give more, then you work backwards around how do we give more. If you want to pour into your kids' education, experiences, things they experience, then you work backwards from there. And what really happens when you do that is you're basically taking the emotion that normally is associated with money in an unhealthy way, and you're saying, by goodness, I'm in charge of you, you're not in charge of me. And now you make decisions as a family unit. So you go, okay,
you got to tell your dollars what to do, just like you tell your wife what to do.
100.
He almost said 100%. He's not even listening to what I'm saying. I got him. I got him. You do not tell your wife what to do. She tells you what to do. You hear me, boy?
You have to communicate that in a way to where you both feel good about what you're both telling your dollar to do.
It's good to know and to have those conversations so that you're on the same page. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he said, I know a guy that him and his wife together make about $200,000 a year. That's plenty of money to live comfortably in our world today. He said, but they spend every penny of it and they're broke all the time. And I asked him, I said, does it cause them strife that they don't have any money? Are they stressed out about it all the time? And he said, I don't think they are. All right. So, and what I said to that was, okay, if that's how they want to live their life and it's not stressing them out all the time, now I don't think that's being good stewards of the dollars that were given, technically, but they're living based on their priorities and it's not stressing them out all the time.
When Leah and I first got married, something that she made very clear that I didn't know how we were going to do it, and I had a little challenge of getting there, but I agreed with her. And she's like, I don't ever want it to be something where we don't give 10% of what we make to the church or wherever.
Yeah.
Okay. For us, it's the church. And our goal has materialized over years as we have treated a dollar better. We've obtained more dollars, which means you could potentially give more. And that's been at the top of our priority list. Do we still stink at this? Yeah, I feel like 15 years into marriage, almost 16, we've continued to get better at how we communicate our priorities, because if we both feel the same way about them, now we're working together as a unit, which is a lot of fun.
It's absolutely a lot of fun. It's a lot better. When Courtney and I first got married, we both had misconceptions about money. My misconception about money was I just need all of it. I was greedy. I was just trying to make a dollar and not really to do anything with it. She had misconceptions about money where money provided security. And so we both had, years and years of working through that. We rarely have an argument about money now. It's more, our family budget we don't really have a budget, but I'm looking at all the businesses and seeing what's coming in, what's going out. Our crisis with money nowadays is, hey, we need to tighten up for a month or two. No eating out, no doing these extra things. And then until we sell this house, flip this house, and then it kind of moves the balance in our direction, because we're a lot of times we're going to zero when we're investing in properties and stuff like that. Maybe that's a misconception with money too. I don't know, but like I'll spend it on investment to get to the next one, to get to the next one, to get to the next one. That may be a whole nother podcast.
And it can be. I'll say this because I think something that you and I have gained a lot of clarity on in 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
What we call the infinite banking concept. And what that allows Shane and I to do is to build security while also taking opportunity chances. And it allows simultaneously those two things to occur. As we're going to zero to obtain an asset that we think will be a benefit to our family forever, we're also insulating ourselves through this process. So you get better at communicating how we're going to do that, and you learn along the way. So I think one of the biggest misconceptions about money is that it's static, because we've been taught to save and keep money for security.
Put it in an account.
And what we have recognized is that if we're going to have anything that is solid, it requires movement and motion. The real question is how refined and efficient are you in those movements? Like working out, you'll hear your best bodybuilder say, it's not the amount of weight you lift, it's your technique.
Proper technique.
Yeah, and the environment you're putting your body in.
All right, cool. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. Hit those buttons at the bottom, like, share, subscribe, help us reach more people. If you're interested in this, if this brings you value. If not, don't watch it anymore because we're not bringing you any value. We appreciate you being here. Again, thank you. Love God, love others, and let your work reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.